What's up guys, Rando Rasby here. Today I want to talk to you about passion. And the reason I chose this topic was because for a long time I didn't know anything about what I wanted to do, what kind of career move I wanted to make. All I know is that I wanted to just achieve great things. I wanted to be recognized. And another reason I'm talking about passion is because we're not ever taught how to go for our passions, how to find our passion and recognize what it is and how to go for it. So I've done some research and seeing like a whole bunch of millionaires, and not just millionaires, people that are successful by their own standards, hearing them talk about passion, what they've had to say about it, and then of course what I've discovered myself in my own life. So some of the questions that I know everyone has is, first, how do I find my passion? How do I turn my passion into a career? And how do I go for my passion? What steps do I take? How do I get there? So first off, you need to know what your passion is. And here's the thing about that. We all already know what our passions are. The only thing is you have to sit down and figure them out. So the way I did it was to write down a list, and it showed me, it was a list of all the things that I really just enjoy doing. Things that whenever I'm doing them, I'm not expecting a reward from anyone else. I'm doing them simply because I want to. And some of these things were like, obviously here, this YouTube channel, and I really like to get my messages out to people. Just really things that were not taught in school, or really even by our parents. For those of you who are not taught this, you found the right place. I'm going to teach you what I know. So, what are your passions and how do you find them? The best way I found to go about this was to think about what is pulling at you. We all have kind of an image of the lifestyle we want to have. We know already kind of where we want to be in life. So you have this image of what you want to do and what you want to be. It's not really clear. You just kind of know the general direction. So that's the first step right there. You already know which way to go towards. Find the kind of things that make you happy. Make the decision to go and do it. When you make that decision, do not turn back. If you turn back, you're never going to follow that one passion or dream that you have. Getting out of your comfort zone is what is going to expand your mind. It's going to expand all of your experiences. I mean, life, after all, is about getting these experiences. We're experiential creatures. We're so curious about everything. We want to know the answers to everything. I mean, we can't comprehend all of the answers, but still we would like to at least know what the answer is. When it comes to going for your passion, you're going to have to take risks. Now, I'm not going to say that you should take every risk. You have to be able to determine which risks are worth it. With that being said, you should not have a backup plan, because if you do, that means you're already planning to fail. If you're not planning to succeed, you're planning to fail. So, when you figure out what your passions are, now you have to look at, is anything holding you back? Write down all the things that are holding you back from going for your passion. And these are going to be all of your excuses. Find out how to get rid of those excuses, because they're just blocking you from taking that step and jumping off the cliff. The only way you can fly is to really be in the air. Now, people that want to make their passion into a career, it's really difficult. I'm not going to tell you shouldn't do it because, I mean, that's pretty much what everyone wants to do. That would be ideal if we could only go for our passion and not have to worry about all these other struggles in life. When it comes to making money and having a career, follow your passion is probably the worst advice that you hear. And that term in itself, you'll see written all over the internet. Everyone always saying, don't follow your passion if you want to make money. And that really is true. Passion is not about money. Jobs and careers, they are more about money. So one tip I would give is to find a job or a career that will help you in your passion, because your passion is what is going to fulfill you. When people are following their passions, they're not looking for other people to give them gratification. And with that being said, when you go for your passion, you have to be okay with that delayed gratification, because if not, you're just gonna leave what you're doing and jump to another thing. Passion, the word itself stems from Latin passionum, which literally means suffering. Why do they call it this? Why would the Latins think of that? Because going for your passion is one of the most difficult decisions that you can make. With that being said, a lot of people come to that cliff that they want to jump off. They're looking and they see where their goals are and they want to get to them without jumping off that cliff, because they're so afraid that they're going to hit the ground. And yeah, you might hit the ground. You might hit a whole bunch of rocks on the way down. You might hit a bird or something. Who knows? We have so many passions in our life because there are many things that pull us in a lot of directions and we want to go for them. We're literally given a chance to go for each one. And a lot of times we're not taking those chances. And the next time you see something is pulling at you to go and do it, maybe that's a signal that that's part of what you should be doing. Everything in life has its cycles. Now, there are low points and there are high points. A lot of times we go into a catabasis and we just stop. We're done. We're at the bottom. We don't want to keep trying. We don't want to push forward. But why would we do that when everything has a circle? With every catabasis, there's going to be the anabasis where you reach the top and the high points. So just know that, of course, there's always going to be some down times in our lives. It's supposed to be there. That's what pushes us to climb and pushes us into that success and fulfillment. After you take that first step, that's really the easiest and hardest thing that you can do. But after that will come all of the suffering. And in the suffering, you're in that catabasis, like I mentioned. And that suffering is where you're really going to build your character. That's where you're going to build really the perfect idea of what you're wanting to be and where you want to be. And it's going to make you push and strive so hard that when you get out of that catabasis and into the anabasis, you're going to take leaps and bounds of success by your standards. If your standards are that millionaire status, go for it. Find that job or career that will put you there. Fulfillment. That's basically what everybody wants in their lives. Now, if you're working just so you can buy these tangible objects because you think that's going to make you happy, I mean, it's going to make you excited. Sure, you're going to have a couple of days where you're just ecstatic to have whatever you just bought. And this is something I was doing for the past couple years. I mean, I was just working so that I could buy stuff, and I thought that's what I wanted. I mean, as a child, there's so many things you want, and that's kind of what kept pushing me to move up in life, was just so that I could buy things, because there was a lot of stuff I wanted as a kid that I could never really have. Now that I'm an adult, I was just pushing for those. Now that I've bought things that I see I don't even use or need, I'm starting to realize more and more that life is not about tangible objects, and it's more about finding peace, finding happiness and love. We have 80,000 hours of work that we have to do in our life. And that's just for jobs. That's not counting anything else. Just work, making money. So, some advice that I can give about following and going for your passion, taking those steps, is first, make your passion a hobby while you're still at work, so you don't have those financial struggles. That way, you can really dedicate your time and your spare money that you have to go for your passion. This is what I'm saying. You have to be okay with that delayed gratification, because eventually you will get the rewards out of it, the rewards from yourself. And if money comes along with that, then that's going to be just fine too. I mean, extra money never hurt nobody. Keep your eyes on your goal. Chess grandmasters, they, of course, you always hear them saying things like, I think 10 moves ahead. What they're really thinking about is how they want their end of the board to look like. They're thinking about how to protect themselves. They're thinking about the end game. That's truly it. They're thinking about what they want the end to look like, and then they work towards that end. That's the same exact thing you have to do with your life. You have this idea, this dream of what you want to do and be, and all you have to do is take those steps to get there. Now, ideally, you would want a job that aligns with your lifestyle. Another piece of advice I can give here is to find a job that you're good at. If you find a job that you're good at, you'll find yourself working in flow. Flow is that state of mind where you're just you're going through it. You're on fire. Nothing's stopping you. You're just going. It sounds awesome. I mean, working in that flow state is just amazing. What can you do with what you know? Do you know what your passion is? Is your job rewarding you from within? What pulls at you? Are you willing to take those risks? What are your excuses? Are you okay with delayed gratification? Can you handle being uncomfortable? So what's stopping you now? What's holding you back? The only thing that holds us back from where we want to be is ourselves. So get out of your own way. Find your passion. Follow it. Was, how do I find my passions? You already have them. How do I make money in the passion? Don't worry about it. How do I follow or reach my passion? Never give up. Just keep pushing forward. And then, of course, why should you follow your passion? So you can get that sense of fulfillment and pride within yourself. So that's it for the video, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your passions are. And by telling people your passions, it's really going to help you a lot more. Thanks.